Hey everyone, and welcome back to another TSW5 video. Today we are continuing our look at the brand new Expert 101 timetable for the Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Würzburg route. And today we are taking a look at one of the new layers that you get with this timetable. This is the DBBR 411 Ice-T, which was originally introduced as the Kinzigtaubahn route when Trainsim World 5 came out. So this thing is, this add-on is less than a year old. What was I going to say? I've never really liked it. It's my least favorite of all the ices in Train Sim World, with the Ice 1 being my favorite, because the Ice-T is cool, but it is executed extremely poorly. However, I have managed to get myself the Ice-T enhancement pack from the TrainSim community website, which you can find linked down in the description. It does have some dependencies, so make sure you read the instructions. So yeah, that's one reason we have the green stripes leading up to the nose, because one of what was it? I'm trying to remember. One of the things it includes, I think the only paint job the Ice-T includes normally is just the red stripes on the nose, but the enhancement pack adds the green ones. And by the way, we've copped the one with called Dresden. Also, another reason I don't really like the Ice-T is because it's a bit lonely in Train Sim World. We don't get its sister, the Ice-TD, the only diesel ice ever made, which I think is a massive missed opportunity, because the only Ice-T we have in a train simulator, Ice-TD, sorry, that we have in a train simulator, is that terrible one Dovetail made in about 2015 that has ridiculously overpowered physics. Anyway, enough ranting, let's get started. How's my FPS doing? Not too bad. Move forward, unlock the doors. Let's go here. Cab light on, so we could get all of these on. CIFA, P's of B, L's of B, GNT, and NITEC, so we can tilt. Let's get the wiper to lasting and turn the speed up to level 4. That's a pretty good level for this rain. Is absolutely tipping it down with the old rain. Alright, those buttons work. Oh, hello, we've got a tablet. That must be part of the enhancement pack. Anyway, horn is still as absolutely terrible one I remember. Sadly, they haven't been able to improve that. Annoying. Let's go AFB on. Let's go, let's put the AFB to full, because that means we can just put it to full because we're in LZB and the train speed will be automatically controlled. I think, like the Ice 3 on this route, we are limited to what was it? We are limited to 250 rather than the line speed of 280. Also, GSMR works. It's off of the... There are two versions, one with GSMR, one without. The GSMR requires the Expert 101 DLC. What the heck? What's that doing there? Hang on a minute. Hang on, but delay departure. Apparently we have some stuffed animals on the dash. Anyway, let's give her full beans. How can I get rid of these guys? Okay, there we go. That must be some Easter eggs that the developer put in. That's funny. Anyway, we are coming out of Fulda slightly late due to stuffed animal carnage. So we are off. Next stop and final stop is Kassel Wilhelmshöhe in 86 kilometers. If you want to run the Ice-T along the full length of the route, you can. That's not a red signal for us, okay. Slightly concerned. Yeah, we don't have to acknowledge LZB or a piece of B or anything like that since we're in an LZB zone. So all I have to do is press the CIFA. If you want to get LZB practice, then I highly recommend using Kassel to Würzburg, because you have very long LZB sections to practice on. Alright. We are off. Wrong button. That's the button. We are clear up to 200. Getting a good amount of frames. Come on. Get up to... Ooh, nice new rolling sounds. I don't remember those being there before. I do like that the developer of this mod, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yeah, it's so funny that he added this, those things in as Easter eggs. That's so funny. I don't know what to do about the wiper, because you can't just turn it off in the tunnels, which is annoying. Oh yeah, I could just do that. I could just use the keybinds. Alright, we're clear up to 200. Why are we clear up to just 200? Is it because we've got the tilting enabled? Did tilting limited in speed? Hang on. I'm learning things. Hang on. If we turn night tech off. Doesn't appear to make any difference. Just gotta remember to turn the wiper on and off every time we go through, enter or leave a tunnel. I do love that we have the working GSMR now, thanks to the Expert 101 add-on. I know it requires the Expert 101, but it's so cool that we get a proper working GSMR in this thing now. Something that really should have been included in the base train, if I'm being brutally honest. Clear up to 220, and yet Elsa B says no, we're only going up to 200. This thing is very quiet. It's definitely quieter than the Ice 1 at these kinds of speeds. We're doing 100 miles an hour, and this thing is just barely making any sound at all. This thing is pretty cool. But the Ice T is cool, but I think is one of those trains which is cool but poorly executed. Like, another one I can think of off the top of my head is the TGV Duplex from LGV Mediterranee, the worst route in the game. Like, yeah, LGV Mediterranee. Ooh, my goodness, that route is... I don't even have that route installed. Nice, calm Sifa. I do like that. Yeah, this is a long tunnel. We're still to give the Ice T some credit, we are still gaining speed, despite being on a 0.8% upward grade. What's FPS doing? Decently. Yeah, we're still getting the occasional stutter, but that's just Train Sim World being Train Sim World, and Train Sim World's a buggy, unoptimized mess, quite frankly. Oh goodness, I did not mean to go away from that screen. So yeah, it appears we're limited to 200 today, which is quite annoying. Since the Ice T is technically capable of 230, which is... oh well. At least we won't have to slow down. Some of the viaducts on this route, you're limited to 200 no matter what train you're in, so at least we won't have to worry about those. I do love the track concerns. That's so cool. When you go over a set of points, it makes the clunking sounds you would expect. Absolutely flying along. I think I might want to consider... Where's the horn? No, it's somewhere on this panel in front of me. Headlights, there it is. If I give you normal high beams... Ooh, that's a much more visibility, but I don't know if there are any trains coming, so... I'll just leave them on normal. If I was on a line with confirmed no other trains, I put them to high beams, but I just don't want to blind any oncoming drivers this time of night. Oof, you can't really see off the viaduct. It's too foggy. Wow. Really stormy tonight. I do love me some high-speed Elsa B. I forgot how much I liked doing this. Just like the train drive itself for a bit. Certainly a change from driving those tap changer monsters on Preston to Carlisle. Might start to hear rain sounds in the background. My area has had a lot of rain over the past few days, much more than normal. Yeah, see, 200 kilometer an hour limit coming up. Passing by one of them crossing loops. Oh yeah, there's a 185 waiting. What time does he leave? He leaves 10:12 p.m. tonight. So he's still got another half an hour to wait. Yeah, that's precisely why I didn't want to turn on my high beams. Because I don't want to blind any drivers. This is actually one of the last high-speed services of the day. Yeah, I think I'll just leave the wipers on because I can't change it all the time. Right, crossing another viaduct. Okay, the exterior running sounds have definitely gotten an upgrade over what I remember from the last time I drove this thing. But bear in mind, that's just from the enhancement pack. The poor people on console are still stuck with the crappy version of the Ice-T. And to be fair, this version, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. Like, you can make some good enhancements to it, but if the execution was sketchy in the first place, it's not going to be much better. I often give Dovetail games flack for the execution of their base routes, and this is a perfect example of why that is. Because this, quite frankly, is not up to par. This Ice-T. Though one thing I am hopeful for is that there is another expert level locomotive in the works. So far the only one we've had is the BR101 by Trains of Germany, not to be confused with the one made by Dovetail in 2020, which is certainly not expert level. So what was I thinking? Yeah. So hopefully we do have there is another expert locomotive coming in Trains of Mode 6. While we don't know why that is, I really, really hope that Trains of Germany are making it, and it's like an old. I'm personally hoping it's the DBBR120. It's basically the 101's predecessor in many ways. It's German mainline locomotive from the 20th century, electric. And one of the things that the Expert 101 comes with is ZDS, which basically means you can couple to a 120 on one end and a 101 on the other end, and ZDS allows you to do that. Also, the Intercity Sturwagen cab car can allow you to couple to the BR120 as well in real life, so I'm hopeful that we get the BR120. That'd be so cool if we could get that, because yeah, I still think I would prefer the 101 for day-to-day operations, just because, among other things, it's got an AFB, it's got computers. I know, normally I go for the retro stuff, but this time I'm going for the one with computers, so yeah. Into another tunnel. If you want like a route that with good high-speed running, I could really suggest getting Kassel Würzburg. I often go because it was a base route back in Train Symbol 3. It often goes on a very good discount. I know. I just gave core routes and DLCs flack for being underdone and poorly executed, but there are some which are actually pretty decent. I can think of, okay, what can I think of? Southeastern High Speed Extended. That's pretty good out of the box. What else? The Class 390 Pendolino from the Train Symbol 5. That's pretty good. Though the section of line that while the quality is good, you can only run it from like a maximum of 35 minutes from Euston to Milton Keynes, and that really detracts from the, all you can do is Euston to Milton Keynes in game at the moment. Though I suppose you could layer it onto Preston to Carlisle in free roam or scenario plan. But anyway, what other base DLCs are good? Cologne to Aachen, though I can only recommend it with the revamped timetable, which is currently not available on Epic Games or Xbox, and that does require quite a bit of DLC in order to make it playable. I don't really know. There aren't too many core DLCs which I play that often. Like, especially, I'm sorry to say, the American stuff, because the past 3 American core routes have all been uniformly Southern Californian. It was Cajon Pass, then it was the Antelope Valley line, and then it was the San Bernardino line. Though, mind you, if you have all 3 of them, that is a pretty big network if you think about it. Like, you could go Cajon Pass from Barstow to San Bernardino, and then San Bernardino line from San Bernardino to LA Union, and then Antelope Valley line from LA Union to Lancaster. That's easily 6-7 hours of just driving in one direction. But yeah, I still can't recommend any 3 of those routes. Oh, hello, Ice 1. What service is he doing? He is doing the Berlin to Frankfurt Main. Berlin Ostbahnhof to Frankfurt Main Hauptbahnhof. What service are we doing? ICE 1690 Frankfurt Main Hauptbahnhof to Berlin Gesundbrunnen. I'm not familiar with the railways of Berlin and any of the major terminus stations, though. Hopefully one of the German core route that we get in Train Sim World is going to be Train Sim World 6 is going to be based out of Berlin. Though, yeah. 44 kilometers to go, just under 16 minutes to run. I should have probably not enabled tilting. This line doesn't need it. Though it is nice to finally have a line where you can really open the iced tea up, because Zigtobon you're limited to 160. On the Expert 101 timetable on Nafwerke Dresden, you're limited to 160. Here, you're limited to 200, so while it's not the top speed of the iced tea, it's still pretty quick. You're just zooming right now. I do like the Sifa on this thing. It's very calm and collected. Oh, I did not mean to hit that. So that's like our traction motors, isn't it? No. That's our power, I think. And then that's our GSMR, which is of course stolen from the Expert 101, but yeah. As I said, the enhancement pack for the iced tea has two different versions. One without a working GSMR, which doesn't require the Expert 101, and one with a GSMR, working GSMR, which this one is, that requires the Expert 101. And my goodness, yeah, this makes the iced tea experience so much better. I was actually going to record this video without the iced tea enhancement pack. It just could play constantly, but then the mod came out, like, it was literally perfect timing that the iced tea enhancement pack came out. It was just like 48 hours ago at the time of recording. It was brilliant timing. 38 kilometers to go. We might... There's the... Oh, backpack folder. Yeah, there's quite a lot of collectibles. Wait a minute, there's a second bed seat here? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Don't need it, though. How's performance doing? Decently. .5 kilometers to go. There's another train. Is an Ice 3 absolutely tearing through. Double Ender iced tea as well. Where's he going? He's the Hamburg alternate to Nuremberg and... No, you don't. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Disaster averted. Tried to read the service number on that other train. Darn it! At least we're heading downhill and recoup the speed quickly. Absolutely tipping it down with the old weather here in Germany today. Limit coming up, but we don't need to worry about that since we're limited to 200 anyway. 30 kilometers to run. Absolutely tearing along, look at this. another tunnel. Oh, there's no barriers on this viaduct. That is scary. Kilometers to run with 9 minutes to go. I'll allow LZB to take us in, basically, like decelerating for signals, etc. But due to the way LZB works, I'll probably have to put some manual brakes just before we get to the stop. Here? No. This is the time of night where you start to see freight trains out and about on this line. Just beeped at me. I don't know what it wants. Alright, 12 kilometers to go with 6.5 minutes to go. Should be able to get there in time, right? Bear in mind that's 12 kilometers in a straight line, so there's a nice one. Let's see, where are you going, lad? Oh, you're in AI. Ah, that's annoying. But yeah, one thing about Trains of Germany's timetable for this route is it is included far more AI than there used to be. It's like, yeah, but they have said that the AI is mainly on lines that going over or underneath, mainly underneath the Kassel to Würzburg. There is a few more at stations, and then there's also like 40 more playable services, like 6. Previously it was 6 playable surfaces for the Expert 101. Now it's 20 and things like that. Yeah. Okay, 180 limit coming up. That I'm trusting LZB to bring us in nicely. 8 kilometers to go with 5 minutes to spare. I do like how the Sifa is quite common. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like some Sifas are just really loud and obnoxious in order to make you wake up, but some are just like gently reminding you to press the Sifa button. And this is one of those gentle Sifas. Alright, come on, buddy. Supposed to be throttling us down for... Oh, yeah, okay. LSP is recognized. We've got a lower speed limit coming up. Sifa. Come on, buddy. You're supposed to be putting us down, mate. Come on. Okay, there we go. Slowing down. Ooh, that was actually a perfect deceleration by LZB there. That's actually pretty cool. Ooh, tilting. I think that's the first time the train is tilted during the entire trip. Alright, we do have a red signal after Kassel. We have 4 minutes to go, 3.6 kilometers. Okay, we are decelerating for the 140 limit. Ooh, yeah. This train is very good at decelerating. Like, it is keeping to the speed target perfectly, and I do mean perfectly. That's impressive. I do like that. Easy, lad. There we go. New 140 in effect. The Ice Teas actually can run double headers on this route. There's Talent 2, presumably AI, going off the map. Well, yeah, I say presumably AI, but it's 100% of them are AI. Oh, yellow signal. Alright, come on, buddy. Decelerate. Wow, this thing is... I'm really impressed. 900 meters, cancel throttle. Let's bring her in manually. Train brake. Yeah, I recently reset my profile. So... 5... Actually, seems to be doing a pretty good job of bringing it itself. Here's Kassel. Wow, the station looks good at night time. Ooh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Come on, buddy. Full application. Ooh, almost a perfect stop. Yeah, buddy. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Hit the wrong button. My apologies. Alright. Welcome to Kassel. What a beautiful station this is. Really good art. Really well modeled in this game. Alright, probably have to shut the doors in a minute. Oh, no, there we go. Alright. No wipers in rain. Minus 299 points. Oh. Probably because of those tunnels, it counted that as rain. Ugh. Well, I know for next time just to leave the wipers on in tunnels. So, yeah. That'll be all for this video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.